Hey, hope you guys are doing well this evening. Just kind of wanted to follow something that my sister Teresa had suggested I do. She actually is following the page and on Facebook. I'm starting to post stuff on YouTube and other places. So, but she's following the Facebook page, and she said, you know what you ought to do is you ought to take time and tell people a little bit about where you came from and that, so they kind of have an idea of what you're doing and just a little bit more information. So that's kind of what I want to do. I just want to kind of give you that. Um, so people talk about people being born with a silver spoon in their mouth. For those of you that don't know what that term means, it basically means somebody born into money, somebody that their family either they come from a really wealthy family, really well-to-do family, or just their family inherited a lot of money. It's just passed down from generation to generation. I was born with a plastic spoon in my mouth, and I don't regret that. I'm actually kind of proud of that. It's kind of cool to be able to say, not literally, because that'd be weird, but that I came from a pretty poor upbringing. So, give you a little bit of background on that. My dad served 20 years in the United States Army. I'm very proud of that. He was a Ranger Airborne. He was a medic, combat medic. So really proud about that. And then he spent 20 years after he retired working at a federal penitentiary, also state penitentiary. I don't remember which came first, chicken or the egg, but one was state, one was federal, and it transitioned over. My mom worked at a daycare center. It was a big daycare center, and she helped manage it, but she worked at a daycare center. So I did not come from a family um, of affluent people, and I'm pretty proud about that. That's actually pretty cool. I'm really humbled by my upbringing. So, but I say that because I don't want people to think that, oh yeah, this dude got this start. You look out there and you see that, and you're like, oh yeah, look at the dude, man, lives in a frickin' with a view of the Puget Sound. Yeah, dude's got it all. And I want to be humble about this because I don't want it to sound like I'm arrogant. Um, I'm very grateful for that. So my give you my sister Teresa, like I said, who's on this, she's kind of was my early inspiration, and I learned a lot from her about hard work. And she was the one that kind of stepped out of the out of that blue collar into some other stuff. And so I'm really grateful for her to kind of show me that way in that. And she also gave me really my first job. She worked at a furniture company, and they needed someone to be a janitor and pick up stuff and do stuff. And so I actually, my first job, I remember just kind of freaking out because I was like, oh man, they're going to get so upset for how much time I spent cleaning. I thought I'd be there for, an hour, and I was there for like 4 or 5 hours. And I just remember being in their copy room, picking up staples, freaking thousands and thousands of staples in this carpet. I'm picking them up one by one and one by one, throwing them away. And I'm like, these people are going to get irritated because I'm way longer than I thought I was supposed to be. And then they just everybody talked about how great the copy room looked. But it was really cool because I kind of got the first taste of really hard work there. Um, I don't want to go into too much depth into all of this stuff, but my first kind of real job was working at a appliance store. Anybody in Seattle that remembers a guy named Jack Roberts, who was on TV all the time? It's kind of a crazy, weird dude, and he was even crazier and even weirder in real life. And I didn't spend a lot of time there. I spent a couple of months there, and then ultimately went into sales at a industrial coating company, which is really a nice way of saying paint for wood and metal. So, but it was cool. It got me a lot of experience. I left there and started my first business, and it was downhill from there. Not really, but my first business was a failure. Went into telecommunications, started a long distance provider company, and was not ready for the experience. So one of the things I keep trying to tell people and I've said it a couple times here, I think I'm going to continue to say it, you know, you just remember that you are the driver. You're the right driver. You just might not be in the right vehicle. So just kind of remember that. If things aren't going well in your business, you know, that doesn't mean that you're not prepared, that you're not good for this. It just means that you might not be in the right vehicle, but you're the right driver. So just remember, you have full capability of doing anything that you want to do. And I don't want to be like over, hey, cheerleader. But you know, you got to believe in what you're doing, and you gotta, I had crud 5, I think, failed businesses before I ever had my first successful one. And now I've got a couple of successful ones, and kind of get that, I got that kind of got that formula down and understand it, and I think I'm doing some pretty great stuff. But it's been a struggle. It was a lot of years, a lot of struggle. And sometimes there's a guy that named Ed Milet, and he's also kind of a guy that gets up and talks in front of a lot of people. And one of the things that he said that it really kind of resonated with me is sometimes people see the Ed Milet and they view Ed as a finished project or a finished product, and they don't see him for what it took for him to get there and what he experienced and all of that. So they just see this guy and go, wow, this dude's got a lot of money and he's got a lot of this, he's got a lot of success. And it's really easy to do that instead of realizing that everybody's on a path, everybody's on a road, everybody's experiencing something different. So you're not alone, I'm not alone. I really do not have this thing all the way figured out. A lot of trial and error, a lot of continuing, a lot of trying to figure stuff out. Just wanted to take a few minutes and kind of tell you my background, and give you a little bit of that, and just to kind of say I wasn't born with a lot. And my siblings may argue, they may go, you had so much, because I was the youngest of five, but I was the youngest by 8 years. So big difference being the youngest when you're the only one at home. I totally get that, and I totally know that, but I didn't have a lot. They had even less. We had great parents, but we had to persevere, and I continue to persevere, and I continue to push forward. So my final thoughts, again, remember, got to find your vehicle. Got to find what it is that you can do, and what's unique to you, and what you're really good at. And that may take a long time, but just remember, you are the right driver. You just got to find that vehicle. Keep remembering that, and just persevere, and just lean in and do this, and put forth that strong effort. And again, if you guys can pass this stuff on, I'd be very grateful. I want to grow this thing. I want to get it bigger. And the other thing is don't forget, I make it a promise, especially here early on, that if I can help you and you guys need help, just send me a direct message, send me something, and I'll do what I can to help you guys out. Hope you guys having a great day. Hope your now Friday is amazing. And talk to you later. Bye.